Hi guys, I'm Flo. Welcome to my channel. I recently bought what I would call one of my holy grail bags off of eBay. It's a Dooney and Bourke, and well, it went okay. Stay tuned and I'll tell you more about it. I hope everyone's having a great day today. Today I'm going to tell you about a Dooney and Bourke bag that I bought off of eBay and how things kind of didn't go quite the way I had hoped they did or would because, well, what bag did I get? I got the medium satchel tote. I think they called it the pocket tote. It's been so long since this bag was on. I used to see this bag on QVC all the time, and actually I think my sister might have one. I have to ask her about it. But I always admired this bag, but it was a lot more money than I felt like spending at that point in time. And so I kind of, oh well, something better will come along. Well, recently I started looking for it on eBay, and there were a lot of them out there. And the conditions on some of them were really, really bad. I mean, the corners were really worn. Handles looked like they'd been through World War III. And then I came across this one. And I was like, wow, that looks really, really good. And what was cool about it was it came with all the accessories. This is the bag. Now, first off, I saw several listings for the bag in this color, and there was definitely some confusion. And once I got it in my hands, I understood why. Some people describe it as navy blue. One of the listings described it as green. Once I got it, I was like, wait a second, is that blue or is that green? I'm going to say it's a blue with a lot of green undertones. It's not turquoise, it's not teal, but it does have a certain blue finish to it. It also came with the pouch, which is a very nice little thing to have, and it's in perfect condition. I can't find any marks on it. It came with the strap, and the strap appears to have been well cared for and not abused or anything. They even had the keychain. Everybody remember these Dooney and Bourke keychains from the QVC days? I know I have a couple of them floating around somewhere. And the bag itself is very, very clean inside. Everything was good. I looked it over until I got to this corner. I was really bummed. Immediately sent a message off to the seller saying, why wasn't this disclosed? Because I went back through the listing and checked the pictures, and there were no pictures whatsoever that showed that damage. And I heard back from them pretty quick, oh, I'm so sorry, would you like to return it? Well, it was here, first off. And the more I thought about it, I really didn't want to return it because the rest of the bag is in such great shape. So I made them sort of a counter offer. I said, well, will you give me a partial refund on it? And I figured they were going to be like, no, just return the bag. But I learned this a long time ago, and here's a little tip for it. If you get something like this that is damaged, partial refunds can be a very good thing, because what happens is if I would return this bag to that seller, not only would they have to refund me what I paid for it, they would also have to refund me the shipping, since it was not disclosed, and they'd have to pay for my return shipping. And the shipping on this bag, I think, was $12. It was coming from Texas to Pennsylvania. So by the time I ship it back to them, that's another $12. So they're out $25, and they haven't sold anything. So a little bit of time passed, and I get a thing back. Yeah, sure. How does $25 sound? I was like, okay, that works. My thought being that I could either go online and buy some leather paint and try and touch that up myself, or I'm very lucky to know a guy who does amazing shoe repairs. I took a pair to him 2 or 3 years ago that had really worn down on the heels, and I just wanted them redone. Well, when I got the shoes back, they looked like brand new. And I thought, I bet John can take care of this. So I talked to him. He said, bring it over. He says he thought he probably could. And I figured he's probably got a lot more colors in his arsenal for shoe repairs. He's been doing it for years than what I'm going to have with a single bottle of navy blue leather paint. And he's very reasonable, and I'm just figuring $25 will probably more than offset whatever it's going to cost me to get that repaired, and I'm going to still end up with a really nice bag. But I will do a follow-up video once I get it back, or once I've talked to John and maybe he's going to say, no, I can't do anything about it. Fingers crossed. Otherwise, though, I'm not mad. I'm discouraged that they didn't disclose that. It's a little bit of advice. I have sold bags on eBay. I haven't done it for a couple years, but if you've got a bag and it's got any marks, and I mean any marks, from a pen mark to a scrape like this, something's missing, whatever, disclose it. Save yourself a lot of heartache and frustration and that dreaded negative review, because you can't rebuild your reputation if you get too many of those. I haven't seen anybody get thrown off eBay recently for negative reviews, but I'm sure it happens. But just be honest. You know, it's not that hard to be honest about it, and then let the buyer decide if they are going to take that chance on that bag. So stay tuned to be updated at another time. Thanks for watching. I'd love if you give this video a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe, I would really, really appreciate that. And thank you so much for watching. Be a good human and have a great day. Bye.